Hi, and welcome to my blog, A Chief's Wife's Hearts of Fire. I'm the Chief's wife, and I'm also a designer on the design team for the Funky Junkie Boutique Inspirational blog, sponsored by the Funky Junkie Boutique, of course. Now, we're in a challenge this time given by Jana, and she's calling this Inky in October, where we're being challenged to get our fingers inky with all of our favorite inks. And in my case, I use Distress inks. You can use anything you want, including the new Distress pencils by Tim Holtz. Now, I've made a book for this challenge, and you'll find that a lot of the papers aren't available right now because they're retired. I received a great big stack of papers from my bestie. Thank you, Deb. And I decided to use it for this Halloween book, just for this challenge, Inky in October. Now, the cover is made with Eileen Hull Scoreboards XL Pocket Notebook. And the inside pages are all cut specifically to my own like. So you can do this however you like, but I've seen lots of people come up with pop-up Halloween stuff, and I wanted to give it a go with a few things. And it's a little more complicated than it looks. They make it look so easy. I have my favorites, so you'll see where there's some that I've copied off of, especially on one part. Now, let's pick up the book, and we'll find out that it is a story about new doctors. Yes, in the past 2 years, I've had to have 2 new doctors. And from my other doctors, one was 30 years old, or 30 years with me, and the other was with me for 15 or 16 years, and then they up and decided to retire on me. So I had to go get new doctors. And here's my disclaimer. This book is purely for fun and not about my new doctor specifically. Now, you'll see some other things that you might not recognize. These are freebies from the Funky Junkie, and this was ordered last year. This book has been in the planning for over a year. I wanted to get to this last summer and never got to it. And now I'm kind of glad because I got the new Tim Holtz Foundry wax to use, and some new ideology that came out. So I'm happy camper. All right, let's start with it. And are you seeing Dr. Jekyll or are you seeing Mr. Hyde? Now you'll see that some of this was added afterwards, and I'll explain that in the video as I go. And you can also look at the pictures that are up above. If you scroll back up, and you'll see how this came together. The lock was the perfect kind of closure, but I didn't come up with it until the end. So you can see on the inside, I'm giving you some little spoilers here on how I put that on after I'd gotten all of this. I don't recommend that. I recommend you put everything together first and then put it on to your booklet outside. Now, we'll unfold this so you can see the whole booklet matches together. This old vellum paper was just the bee's knees to me, and I found the old card that went along with it out of found relatives. So it fit perfectly in this idea that I wouldn't have done last year. Now, the other vellums are inserted, or some are new and some are old, 2021 and 2022. So let's get started. And on the inside, you can see how the booklet was put together and the photos that I've provided. So the story goes, you go to make an appointment. Once you can get in, you get just a name. You don't know what the doctor's going to look like or who he is. And then you won't see until you actually see his face. And this one's kind of creepy, isn't it? And we really don't know what he's got planned, by the way. So you've got some creepies going on here. Now here's little old me. You have to take a number. And my bones are always really bad shape because I have RA. So I have 24 medications that are prescriptions. And by the time I fill all of that out, the lady who's coming out to tell me next, she's already dead and gone into a skeleton. Cobwebs everywhere. You're in the waiting room, and oh my, people are coming and going. And here is one sister who likes to come and go as she watches. It's hard to do this at the same time. That's because her sister died before her. They grew up never wanting to leave, so you've got all these strange people in the waiting room. And here's one who's asking you, is there something the matter? Okay, this is one of the new ones that I've tried, and my plastic's already getting a little loose. It was off of a video in YouTube, how to use plastic to make it slide up and down. And you can tighten the plastic later, I found out. You don't have to have it all put together all at once. So I can probably use to tighten that up. I've been playing with it so much. I used one of the vellums out of Tim Holtz Old Ideology 2021. In the new one, he's got a couple of them, but this wasn't one of them. I've added a pocket. And all of these papers are out of memoranda. The Tim Holtz stack memoranda. You're going to have doctors coming and going. These cards were awesome when we got them, and I never put them to use, and I thought now is a great time. These were out of found relatives, the original kind that Tim came out with that were in cards. So you've got plenty of space to put extra things. And here is the bookmark. This actually put the entire book together. You can see all of my tissue tape covering where it was sewn together at. Now we come across to a nurse who comes out and you do your guessing about what may be wrong with you. Well, it could be a cold. Well, it might be the flu. Well, colds are going around. So you're doing that little guessing from the gypsy woman. And here's where we begin to playing the games. And I'm never lucky. Let's go to the eye doctor here. Your regular doctor gives you a test. Oh no, do you really want to look at that? Put this on one eye and read me these letters. But you won't be able to anyway. Because they're faintly visible. This was a vellum also out of the 2021. Now you go in to get measured, and I never understand why they do this. I understand the girth measurement, but the height, not many people lose height within 3 months, but I did once. I lost a full inch when I had the RA onset. I love these memoranda papers. I just thought that they would make a better paper for a Halloween book than any other. Now, you'll see the snarky kitty cats in here. I know the voices are real, but they have some great ideas. And this is one of them, a beautiful garden. When you first start stating all of your ills, people think that you need to go to the funny farm because it's all in your head. And can I put a light behind this? I don't think so. I've got this light box going, and you can see one of the vellum haunted houses. All right, let's tuck that back in there. Turn your page, and you've got plenty of room for other things until you get to your skeleton. And let me see if I can get it right. Okay, there we go. And the skeleton comes up. And I love how these look like x-rays. So let's open it up and do some more studying of the skeleton, but they keep looking at my head. Why? An axe, a rat, X-ray, and an urn. That doesn't spell good. I believe you're scared. And we can set that right up in here. There we go. Then you get ready for a blood draw. And there were these cute little bats added in. And can I do that? Shake them down and then show them to you. And they're supposed to boing back and forth. And of course you've got blood on there. And then don't forget, your nurse will say, don't forget your prescription and we'll send you the bill. Now, you get the bill. You get the bill and you see all of the things that don't make any sense. So you stick a check in the mail anyway for one arm and one leg. Now, if the medicine, the prescription that you get and the medicine doesn't kill you, the bill will. So there you go, undertakers. I had a lot of fun making this book. And I have even more fun sharing it with you. Thanks for coming by the Chief's Wife's Hearts of Fire. And I'll look forward to the next time. Meanwhile, shop with me at the Funky Junkie Boutique. Bye.